What's going on, everyone? Back again with a new video. I apologize for not uploading anything recently. I've been very busy with just constant work around the house, reading, and most importantly, I am currently working on a novel myself. So that has been keeping me really busy. Today we are going to be talking about a book that I just finished, which is really relevant to me writing my own novel, and that is Stephen King's On Writing. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. As I mentioned in the intro, I am currently working on my own novel. It's a very exciting journey I'm on. I have tons of support from my friends and my family, especially for those who see it on Instagram. If you are new to my channel or have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit the like button throughout the video. Your support means the world to me. I greatly appreciate all the feedback, the comments, the discussions I have with my subscribers and my viewers. So first, we're actually going to be talking about Stephen King's On Writing. After I give my review and feedback on Stephen King's On Writing, I will then talk about my novel in a little more depth, but I don't want to give too much away. First off, if you have not read Stephen King's On Writing memoir, it doesn't matter if you're going to be a writer or if you're an avid or just a dedicated reader. I highly recommend you go and check this one out. It is packed full of stories, struggles, hardships that Stephen King had to endure on his way to become the known author he is today. A lot of things did not come easy for Stephen King. He grew up in a very low to middle class income. He was struggling, job to job to have some kind of income for him and his wife Tabitha. It talks about his childhood and those who influenced him to become the great and amazing writer that he is today. So it's really interesting to have the backstory of Stephen King. Now, if you are a true Stephen King fan, you know that he was in an accident. It actually talks about the accident here briefly. I listen to Audible while I read my books because the commentating makes the characters, seem to come alive. And Stephen King narrated this himself. So it was an incredible experience to read this book while listening to Stephen King narrate about it. In Stephen King's memoir, there's the table of contents in the beginning, as many books have. I like finding things in novels that are related to my personal life, whether it's dates, locations, like names. I love finding all that stuff. Part of Stephen King's table of contents consists of two initials, and those initials are actually CV, which are my initials. So I thought that was just pretty cool. It obviously stands for something else, but I just found it pretty interesting to see those two initials. It's really interesting at the end of this book because, as I mentioned, I listened to Audible. Stephen King's sons, both Owen King and Joe Hill, make an appearance in the Audible version and talk about who he is as a writer and all that stuff. So that was pretty fascinating to find that. At the end of the novel, there's an interview between Stephen King and his son Joe Hill. There is actually a live audience watching this interview, so it's really interesting to hear the reactions. And as Joe Hill and Stephen King go back and forth talking about the books they worked on, the upcoming books they have, the new releases, it's really interesting to see the father-son connection and listen to it. So this was such an amazing read. You know me, I am a Stephen King fan. I'm a huge fan. I actually have on my channel a Stephen King tier list. If you have not checked out that video yet, I will leave a link up above so you can click that and check that out. I talk about all the Stephen King books that I have read. So please go check that out and give me your feedback about that. Stephen King's memoir, easy enough. I give it 5 stars. If I could give it more than 5 stars, I'd probably give it 100 stars, whatever I could do. It is an amazing read. Obviously, he's my favorite author, so there's lots of stuff I love by him. This was very beneficial to me as an inspiring author. Now I'm going to talk about my upcoming novel. I am currently writing my new novel. I have been writing for about 2 weeks now. Every video upload I give, talking about book reviews and whatever the main topic is, I will be giving updates to my audience and my subscribers about where I am at in my book. So I don't want to give any spoilers about the book, and I'm sorry about that. I don't want to give the title away or nothing, because once it comes out and I get it published, which for publishing, I want to do self-publishing as an individual author. A lot of those, and a lot of you know that many individual authors go through what they call KDP, which stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. This gives the author more freedom freedom to branch out and to release their book without having to go through like a traditional author would and trying to find a publisher, find an editor, and getting denied from a lot of publishers if they do not like the manuscript. So I will be going through Kindle Direct Publishing, which obviously connects with Amazon, when I'm going to release my book. We are still a long ways from that, but my update for today is I have completed 11 chapters. I have 83 pages done. The chapters in my book are fairly short. I usually type 6 to 10 pages per chapter, so that way once my book is all said and done, I am ranging from hopefully 300 to 400 pages with a final. I feel like my personal opinion is that 300 400 pages is a very solid length for a book, because if you are either a new reader, 300 and 400 pages is not that much for a reader who is new to reading or not as avid or dedicated. Plus, just by looking at a 300 page book, like again, Stephen King's On Writing, this is a 300 page book. So the look of it looks very, hey, I can do this. I could read this in a good amount of time. It won't take me that long. So it's not girthy, it's not chunky, it's not big. This is what I'm aiming for, this kind of length of book. So that'll be fun in the long run. I have done the math and the calculations on trying to figure out where I will be at with my book by mid-August. And if I keep up my pace, which I'm writing a chapter a day and 6 to 10 pages, if I keep that pace up by mid-August, I will roughly have 350 pages and about 155,000 words if I'm correct. This is a big journey I'm on, and I'm really planning to try to get this book done around like the end of summer. And if I do, that's awesome. If it takes till the end of the year, I mean, so be it, because I am going to be getting busy when it comes to fall, because I am a teacher and I'll be doing all this other stuff on the side. So thank you everyone for checking my video. I'm glad to be back. Again, if you have not read Stephen King's On Writing, I highly recommend it. Please go check it out. It's very inspiring and it's a great read all the way through. And make sure, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button and support my channel. Please spread the word of my channel. I really appreciate all the support I get from my subscribers, my viewers. Follow me on Instagram. I will leave the link in the description below. And again, everyone, like I always say, please read your book cover to cover. We'll see y'all later.